Hey everyone, it's Trent Crave here, and in today's video, we're going to be going through the top 5 craziest student freakouts. And ever since I did freakouts of teachers on students, you guys have been asking for students freaking out on teachers, and that's pretty much what this one is. It's just a bunch of students freaking out on the teachers. Some of them are a bit more justified than others, and some of them are kind of on the other students as well. But I think you guys are really going to like this one, and some of you might even relate to it, because you might have just an absolutely ass-crazy teacher that you just fucking can't stand and hate and want to go off on pretty much. But if you do have a teacher like that, make sure to leave a like on the video and also comment down below and tell me about them. Before we actually get into this list, I wanted to remind you guys that I'm doing a $100 Amazon gift card giveaway. Well, it's actually 4 $25 gift cards, but you get the fucking point. All you gotta do to enter is subscribe to the channel and turn on bell notifications. Literally all you gotta do. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into this top 5. And in number 5 spot, we've got an art student, and she was showing off a painting that she had done and was getting some critiquing from her peers. Her peers basically took a little bit of a shit on her painting, I guess you could say, and then next thing you know, she just kind of goes AWOL and freaks the fuck out. I really don't think this was that bad of a painting. I don't know if that's also because I don't expect as much, because my artistic abilities are pretty much fucking worthless. Like, if you see my art, it's not a pretty sight. But let me know what you think about this painting and if the critics were right.
It's a figure with a line going across its eyes, like it's blinded. Like maybe someone could draw some meaning from that.
I feel like the line, it should be more, I don't know, like a solid color, because I think it should like make a high contrast between the figure and the line, because I feel like it's like, because it's mixed with like different colors, it feels like it's like warm.
Yeah, I think it looks like underworked outside her art. Like, it looks like outside her art in a way. Cause like, and you kind of, in a way, were successful like that because you were trying to like pretend you didn't learn how to paint. So
Is that what outside her art means?
yeah, it's like people who are untrained and often it's like invasive reasons.
Yeah, I mean, I like that you went like a different direction than what you normally do, but I think that the face looks like you, and I think that you do a lot of art that's like focused on yourself because you are a fashion designer, so you kind of like work from your own body, and I don't know if you meant to do that.
Okay, well this is fucking bullshit. I'm sorry, but like, I spent so much time on these fucking projects. This is fucking shit. I fucking hate this fucking class.
Moving on to number 4, we've got a student who went crazy on a teacher and some other students in the classroom, and then this teacher turned around and went crazy right back on this student. And the weirdest thing about this one is that this teacher is apparently one of the nicest ladies in the school, like a really kind teacher, and she was driven by this girl to get this mad. I just gotta say that's a little bit sad, but I think the greatest part about this one isn't even the fight itself. It was something that I noticed on the computer screen of the laptop of the guy that was recording it, and if you look at it closely, you're gonna understand why I laughed so hard at it.
Get her out of here now! She just threw a fucking sharpener and hit a kid in the shoulder. Get out! You do not belong in school. You're not gonna throw nothing at me. You're not gonna fucking get out! Don't fucking touch me! Don't fucking touch me! Don't fucking touch me because I will defend myself. Don't fucking touch me! She's trying to fucking hit me! No, you don't tell me or I am. Be a fucking security guard. Stop talking in here, bitch! She's trying to throw something at me!
Heading over to number 3, from what I can understand, this student was having a little bit of fun with his teacher. You know, he's toying with him a little bit, but he kind of crossed a line at some point, and his teacher became mad. So then the kid kind of tried to recover the whole situation, and then things got even worse because the teacher was more mad, and then because the teacher was mad, this kid started to get mad, and then he kind of just went off on the teacher about this whole situation. And when I say he went off on the teacher, I kind of mean it more as he went off on the teacher's stuff, and you'll understand why I say that here in a little bit. But I want to ask you guys something real quick. What's the craziest thing that you've ever done as a student to a teacher? Like, maybe you went AWOL on a teacher, or maybe you've seen someone go AWOL on a teacher. So if you've ever seen something insane happen in the classroom, let me know about it. I'm curious to hear.
What?
Everything the other one's in. The teacher's being serious. Like, stop. Bro. No. Just take the time. What? Yo, you never take me out.
I can't. You're joking right now.
I'm not joking. I was taking it.
Dude. Must be joking. something else and I'll write a referral for stealing. Seriously.
Wait, you want to write a referral?
Yeah.
Write a referral for
What is he on?
What the hell just happened?
Moving on to number 2, we've got a substitute teacher and a student. So this isn't a full-on teacher, but these two, they were in a full-fledged argument. No fights broke out or anything like that. It wasn't a physical thing. It was just straight up banter between the two that you could tell it was like hardcore between them. Like they were going at each other. And the kid was trying to be a class clown or something, I think, and he was trying to be super savage about the whole situation and come out on top. But it's safe to say the substitute teacher came out on top because he pretty much owned this kid. And he did that with shock value. And once he did that, the kid pretty much turned into a little bitch and then went and snitched. But on the original video, 99% of the comments were all about one thing. And I'm curious to see if you guys comment the same shit. I'm not going to tell you because then it would kind of ruin the test. But I'm just going to say it's something very big in the room.
The only person on this page is you. We're all laughing at you. We're not laughing with you. So shut up. You stop acting like you're so cool. You're idiots. Very cool. They're cool. That's right. Why are we all laughing at you guys?
I live mine just fine. People like you piss me off.
And I'm smiling. I'm chilling. It's Friday, baby. I'm good. Okay. What about you? I'm sure like good.
You know, after this year, I'm sure my girlfriend knows, you know, I'm good.
Oh, excuse me? What did I say? Are you a faggot?
Oh,
I'm a faggot? That's what you are?
oh,
It's office. Yeah, they are.
Let's go, man.
No, come here. Come on.
He called you. Those are funny words.
Security.
And finally, the number 1 spot, we've got a guy who stood up against his teacher. And I'm sure a lot of you guys have had like teachers who are just absolutely boring. They just give you a bunch of packets, homework, and just a bunch of busy work in general. And they don't really ever actually teach that much. Well, this student named Jeff Bliss had a teacher in his world history class or something like that. I'm not going to go back and listen to this thing fucking again. Don't hold me to that. But he was really getting sick and tired of it. So he stood up to his teacher and kind of explained to her that she needs to step up her game and, you know, be more involved. I did think it was a little bit funny because it almost seemed like this guy had thought about this a couple times before he did and had a couple of lines in his head that he wanted to say. But he got a ton of praise for this, and he was on some news stations, got some interviews, all that kind of stuff, and pretty much everyone that saw this video supported him in general.
And this freaking lady go off on kids because they don't freaking get this crap. If you would just get up and teach them instead of handing them a freaking packet, yo. There's kids in here who don't learn like that. They need to learn face to face. You're just getting mad because I'm pointing out the obvious and you're just wasting my time. No, I'm not wasting your time. I'm telling you what you need to do. You want kids to come into your class, you want them to get excited for this, you gotta come in here, you gotta make them excited. You want a kid to change and start doing better, you gotta touch his freaking heart. Can't expect a kid to change if all you do is just tell him. You gotta take this job serious. This is the future of this nation. And when you come in here, like you did last time, and make a statement about, oh, this is my paycheck, indeed it is. But this is my country's future and my education.
Can you go outside, please?
But there's a limit. When I'm not bitching, but simply making an observation.
Okay.
And now I will leave. You're welcome. And if you would like, I'll teach you a little more so you can actually learn how to teach a freaking class. Because since I got here, I've done nothing but read packets. So don't try and take credibility for teaching me jack.
Just go. Bye.
Those are the clips that I have for today's video. Hope that you guys did enjoy it. If you did, make sure to leave a like in the video. Let's try to break 75